before we start this panel, just got some slightly bad news. Rainbow Crash 88 is still on display here, so hopefully we'll have him in time for the meal after this panel. Right, so it's the second musicians panel. We have got, if you'd like to introduce yourself, please.
I'm Taylor and I'm an admin for Equestrian Music.
Hi, I'm Harvey. I run and organise Equestrian Music.
Hi, I'm Pipsqueak with the Dumplings, or whatever silly name you want to call me. I make music. I'm one of the youngest growing musicians, I guess.
Hi, I'm General Mumble. I make silly dance music about silly moments.
And I'm Lavender Harmony. I make music and I have the balloon as well.
So, on to the questions then. Anyone?
I guess this one's for Lavender Harmony and General Mumble. Working on Balloon Party, what was it like doing something with something in around like 40 or 50 other artists?
What do you mean exactly? Maybe rephrase a little bit.
Like, how was it like organising all these different talents?
Well, really, when it all came together around February, when the first wave of teasers went out, there was this huge influx of new musicians coming into the project, so it got a bit hectic. Skype broke a lot. And when it came to actually putting it together at the end, it was a bit of chaos, but we got it done.
I quite enjoyed it, but it wasn't really much different than making any other music I've made. It took me a lot longer, because we had such a long time to make the song, or songs that we were doing, that, I spent like a few minutes making it and a 3-month break from making that song, and then crammed it in the last minute to make it, so I guess it was really laid back, but also it was a rush because I left it. But it was really fun to be a part of that, and I'm glad I got accepted into it, so it was really good.
This is one for General Mumble. Was there a particular other artist or anything that decided for you to get into the music yourself?
How do you mean, exactly?
Did anyone inspire you to do what you do now?
Well, before I even knew about ponies, I listened to a lot of video game music, particularly the soundtracks to Unreal and the soundtrack to Jazz Jack. I don't know if anyone's heard of those, but the guy who composed those is who started me on music. He's called Alexander Brandon. Then I got into the pony thing and met loads of new people like Glaze and iPie and all my other friends down there. And Renard also is a big inspiration as well.
Okay, next question.
I might as well ask the same question to Pipsqueak. Who's your inspiration for doing your music?
I get to answer a question. Yay! Biggest inspiration is Ivan Delol's microphone, mostly because if it weren't for Ivan Delol's, I wouldn't be doing anything. Because what he does is any person who does anything related to rap, he goes onto them and says, hey, that's good, and then they instantly just become inspired, and then they make stuff, and that's how ponies are born.
Do you get the rest of the guests to answer the same question? Do you have any inspiration from other musicians?
We don't really make music, although the name might suggest. But I guess if you want to say what kind of musicians we like, they kind of not really sell on any certain genre. We'll go for pretty much anything electronic rock.
Well, I draw a lot more than I actually listen to music, and music I listen to can inspire me, and it's just, I don't know, there's a lot of things it can inspire me to do, and yeah. so I'll stop talking.
As for me, getting started in music, producing music really kicked off at the end of high school for me. Went to college and then ended up going to university. Always been inspired by video game music. Nobu Uematsu. One of my big inspirations. One of the main reasons I do, make kind of soundtrack type stuff. As for getting into making pony music, I'd say actually Rainbow Crash. I'm really sad you don't get to hear it, because he was really the first pony musician I actually talked to. I made a comment on one of his YouTube videos saying, "Oh, this is from Ellis DJ." And he said, "Yeah," and we started talking, and that's kind of how I got my start into, there's Brony fans who make music. I'm up for that. So yeah, that's kind of how I got my start.
This is for Lavender Harmony. How many, on average, would you say didn't make it into Balloon Party and then into Balloon After Party?
During the judging, I think there was something around 200 submissions at the end of it. So I think it was 40 something made it into the actual initial album, and there was a bunch of people who didn't submit, who ended up in After Party, who they were close to finishing the track, but didn't quite get it made in time. So I'd say maybe 10, 15 of the ones that were initially didn't make it to the After Party, and then the others didn't submit initially.
I made something for Balloon Party, but it didn't get in. Because all it was me screaming the lyrics to Beyond the Tomb.
That would be why.
Pipsqueak, when can we expect the bottle song?
What?
The song you're going to make with the bottles.
With the bottle blowing, 3 weeks. Probably in about 2 weeks, because I'm going to Paris, like, today. And then I'm going to a wedding, and then I'm going back to France again. So it's going to be a long time before I make any more music thingy bottles.
This is for all the musicians, really. Do you ever listen to remixes that other people do of your work? And if you do, what do you think of them? Are there any you particularly enjoy?
Yes, I'm starting that one then. No, because there's not really that many remixes of my work. So, there's a couple? Yes, I'm good.
Yeah, I try to listen to all of them. I mean, there's not that many remixes of me. Obviously, I guess with every musician who gets remixed, you're going to get some great ones and some really awful ones. I don't know, it's kind of 50-50. I mean, I've listened to some really dreadful things, but it's always good to give them criticism and a boost and tell them what's good and what they can do better. As for good ones, there's people who make it so good that they completely steal it from you. Isn't that right, guys? What did he do with mine? No, that's not mine. That's your guys.
Wristbands.
But yeah, same thing basically. So yeah, good and bad.
And nobody remixed my songs besides there was one remix of Omni Pony remixed one of my really awful songs, and they made it really cool. And then like everyone knows that song, and it's more popular than the original song, and that song is more popular than all of my songs combined. And so I'm like, maybe people should remix my songs more often. Tater Pony, he said that he was going to remix a song, Radio File, the entire. That's going to be weird. It's going to be really weird, because Radio File is a song about how Pinkie Pie is addicted to smiles and wants to cut little children, so that everyone wants to smile. So, have fun with that.
this is for all the musicians. What DAW do you using? Why?
What do we use, sorry? Gear?
Digital audio workstation like Fruity Loops.
DAWs. I use Logic and a heck of a lot of plugins.
Why?
Why do you use FL?
Well, I was going to explain that when I said it.
Well, I use Logic because the workflow is really good. I learned it at university, so I know it pretty much in and out. There's no real main why to use it all. I think it's what you get used to. I mean, we can cross over all essentially the same thing. It's just you learn the ins and outs and the little intricacies of each one. They all essentially do the same thing to me.
I started using FL Studio, I think about 2.5 years ago, when a friend of mine just said, hey, this is really fun to play around with, and we just put a bunch of songs together, like other people's songs that didn't go well together and made stupid mashups that didn't work. But doing that, I got really used to it, and then I just kept going with it. As for why I kept going with it, I guess, yeah, like I said, I got used to it. It's kind of easy to use once you get the hang of it, and it can do a lot more. It gets a lot of flack, but it's, I don't know, I like it. I don't see anything wrong with it.
I use FL Studio to produce all the background music, and then I record my vocals in Sony Vegas, and then I take the vocals out of Sony Vegas and then put them back into FL Studio because I'm an idiot, and that's what I do. And then I use Sound Goodenizer on all my vocals.
Hey, so do I.
Yeah. Yeah, FL Studio, best program. Download it. Torrent it now.
Very general question for everyone. Favourite pony, favourite episode, and favourite song from the show?
That's 3 questions. Is allowed.
I like Applejack. Yes! My favorite pony is Applejack. My favorite episode is, I don't know. I'll answer my favorite song. I like Smile, which is really generic and things, but it's really cute. I'm not sure about my favorite episode. Would it be really generic of me to say Canterlot Wedding, the Canterlot Wedding 2-part? Because I thought that was amazing. Yeah.
Favorite pony, I'd have to go for Pinkie Pie.
Yes, Pinkie Pie.
Favorite episode? Probably Party of One. Because of psychotic. Favorite song? I'd have to go again with Smile. I don't know what it is.
My favourite pony is Caesar, the background pony. You know, the one with the top hat that Rainbow Dash catches. That one. That's my favourite pony. My favourite episode is Lesson Zero because everything happens in that episode where everything explodes and Fluttershy destroys a bear, everything's on fire, and that's, and then my favourite song, that's really hard to choose, but I'm just going to stick with Winter Wrap-Up because I love that song.
I'm going to probably seem like a big Pinkie Pie fanboy, which is exactly what I'm going for. My favourite pony is Pinkie Pie. Favourite episode is the one which had Smile in it. I forget all the names of the episodes. And my favourite song would be Smile.
As for me, favourite episode is going to be the finale, I think, because wow. Favourite song is going to be This Day Aria, because again, wow. And favourite pony, do you really need to ask? For anyone who can't see it,
this is for General Mumble. Will you be releasing the tracks for the Brony Chronicles on Bandcamp, something similar? And are you working with Tombstone on any of those tracks?
Can you repeat the first part before you mentioned 2?
Are you releasing any new tracks for the Brody Chronicles on iCamp or something similar?
I don't know what the Brody Chronicles is.
Might be a long person.
So did you ask if I was collaborating with Tombstone?
Yeah, that's the second part.
He mentioned that he wants to. We haven't started anything, but he has said he wants to, so I'm probably going to definitely jump on that.
I'm collaborating with Tombstone. What the thing was, he sent me a beat, which was a remix version of a Hebrew song about worshipping God, and I didn't know what to do with it. I don't want to be offensive, but I don't know how to make it pony related. It's just really confusing.
Write some lyrics about children in their mouths.
This guy's a question of music, because you seem kind of lonely. What's it like working as admin size, and is it pretty busy? And what is it for those who don't know?
It can get pretty busy depending on when, really, that's all I can say. Basically what Cross-Stream Music is it's the... Well, Equestrian Daily posts like people's submissions, and we kind of, I guess you could say we have an agreement with Seth that we can take the music from Equestrian Daily, and we never steal it, and we just basically post it on our page. And we do reviews as well. At the moment our website's down, so you can't get on any of the stuff. The Facebook page is still up. But we do reviews, we have like a critic corner, and we're going to be doing some cool stuff in the future as well, which I might announce later. But I'm not sure if I should do it now. That's pretty much it. Nothing special.
Oh, this is for every pony. If you guys were to do something like what Land Pony has done with Michelle Creeper, who would your ideal VA Who would your ideal VA be if you were to do a collaboration with one?
John Delancey.
I'd probably go for, what's her name, Andrea. Yeah, she plays Pinky, right? Yeah, I don't know, I couldn't think of anything better than like a song where Pinky is like singing like maybe a love song about me. That'd be really great, so yeah.
I was going to say John Delancey, but then Lavender stole it from me. So I'm going to still say John Delancey, but I'm going to say that John Delancey has Q, and then it's going to be a song about Q, and then what's going to happen is Q is going to come into Equestria, and then he's going to find all the ponies, and he's going to say, like, well, why are the ponies talking? And it's going to be a story about how Q is talking to ponies.
It's about the music, not fan fiction.
I guess if we were to work with, because we've worked with one before on the contest, but if we were to work with some again, I'd really like to work with Ashley Hall.
Applejack needs a song, damn it. If they won't give us, we'll make one ourselves.
Yes.
Okay, this is a question for the Equestrian music people. When you started the actual website, what was your inspiration and what did you want to achieve with it?
Basically, we wanted to get these smaller musicians more popularity. Like, because I know, I'm not trying to put them down, but on Equestrian Daily, they don't always submit everyone's songs. But for us, basically, if it's pony and it's pretty good, we'll submit it. And we can get some new views.
And I like to find new ways to abuse it.
Yeah, that's how she came. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was basically just to help smaller musicians get out there and to help do a lot more things in the music part of the fandom, really.
This is a question for everyone. If you could take two members of the community and make them do a song together, which ones would you pick?
Do what?
If you could take two musicians from the Brony community and make them do a song together, which ones would you pick and why?
Not including yourself.
You can pick me if you want, but you know, I don't really make music yet.
Can I?
Macon and Alex S.
I have no idea. Maybe Tombstone and Psy, I think, because like Tombstone is kind of like more simple and Psy is really not, I guess. It would be interesting to hear.
I really want Michael the Microphone and Yelling at Cats to do a song together. Because they like hate each other for some reason. Well, I mean, Yelling at Cats hates Michael the Microphone for some. And I wanted to do like a happy song together. Like a rap version of Smile, Smile, Smile. But I think it would be nice.
I know it's already been done, but again, I probably want to go for Living Tombstone and Wooden Toaster because because Tombstone's music's great and I love Wooden Toaster's voice, so put them together is great.
I don't really know about this one. Since I'd like two other people to do a song. If any of you have heard Good Girl about Screwball, and the singer, Dasha, I think she's called, is absolutely amazing. Put her with anyone and I'll be so happy. I'll just cry.
Hi, this is everyone. Favourite genre of music? I know for musicians it's going to be a bit obvious, but for the question music, what's your favourite genre of music?
I like jazz, and this may, I don't know how people are going to respond to this, but I hate dubstep. I absolutely hate it. I don't like a lot of electro and things, which is really bad because that's the majority of the stuff we post. But you know, I like jazz, rock, anything like that. Yeah, I'm good with most genres.
Yeah. For me, it's mainly rock as well. Rock, ska. I do like some electro swing. I really think that should have more popularity, but you can't get your own way all the time.
I like any song that's good. And I think that's it, just any genre which is good. Not like if it's dubstep and it's awful, if the entire song is just some guy on a microphone going wah 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 wah, then that's bad dubstep. I wouldn't like that. And if it's like classical music and some guy is just like then I won't like that either. It's just I like all genres as long as they're good.
Yeah, pretty much the same as he said. I just like anything if it's really, really good. Like I find myself liking some classical, some rap, some anything. Things I listen to the most, I guess, obviously electric stuff. I can't really pick any particular subgenre or whatever. I listen to a decent amount of metal, but not as much now, more when I was a teenager. And Mars Volta, whatever they fall under, if anyone's heard of them too.
Again, what they said, but I do really enjoy drum and bass, but I also really do enjoy orchestral, which is why I think of fusing electronic and orchestral together. But yeah, I like anything that's good, because the music is good.
Hello. Where do your songs actually come from? Sorry, this is for musicians. How do you basically, from having no song to having a finished track, where does that begin? So do you come with a melody first, or do you set down a beat first, or is it lyrics, or where does it come from, basically?
I'll go first. Well, first, it's different for every person. For me, I mess about in FL Studio, and then I make a beat track that sounds good, or sounds good in my opinion, but to other people it's not very good. And then I go away and I'm like, I feel this sort of emotion now. Maybe I should write some lyrics for this. So I write some lyrics for that, and then you put them together, and then boom! You make some cover art, and you put it onto YouTube, and then you make a song, and then it gets rejected from Equestrian Aid.
I don't know, it always changes for me, like where a song starts. Sometimes I'll just sit down in front of FL. I mean, I was explaining this yesterday in a different panel, but a lot of the time, if I write lyrics or anything, I don't really sit down and, think, hey, I'm going to write a song about this. I'm normally in the shower, and the melody and lyrics will come to me at the same time. I don't know, I guess staring at your junk is really inspirational. That's basically it. Yeah, sometimes I'll sit in front of FL and just write a melody and change it around, and then I'll write a backing track afterwards. There's not much more to it than that.
As for me, it's probably going to sound strange, but it really does just come from in here. When I start a song, I'll know exactly what I'm going to put down, and I don't need to think about it, it just goes down, and then if it's working out, I can hear what comes next, so I just come up, I'm in the zone for it, and then I just layer each thing going, and I try and get the composition done really quickly, and then move on to the mixing part and the complicated stuff. I never really think about it much before making the song. It's just something I sit down and do, and the ideas and inspiration just come to me as I'm working. So it really, it doesn't really come from anywhere, it just comes from a moment of inspiration in my head.
So, similar questions to earlier, to the musicians. Who do you yourselves want to collaborate with?
This is who we want to collab with most. I'll collab with anyone. Who wants to collab with me? Please, this is what I've been using. I really want to collab with Mike the Microphone, but he's busy, he's busy constantly, and he's just doing things like reading fan fictions and stuff, and so I never get to make music with him.
I've collabed with Mike the Microphone.
Wow. If I could collab with anyone right now, it would be the collab I've been trying to get started with Blaze for ages. We keep running over different topics that we could possibly do and then never do them. Apart from really stupid things like where we sit down for a couple hours and just write a dumb melody and a bunch of farts or something. I don't know, I am currently in the middle of doing a collab with Renard, but he hasn't done anything for ages, so I'd kind of really like that to start again, if he could get off his little furry butt. I don't really have anyone else.
Found a white thing.
Hey, great.
Just ignore me, thanks.
Whose is it?
This. Just ignore me, please, thank you. Carry on.
As for me, collabs for me, I've done a few, and I find whenever I ask them to, oh hey, we should collab, and they go, yeah, and then nothing happens. That's kind of the problem with collabs. For me, it's whenever I collab, it never seems like a proper collab. It's like, hey, can you do a piano part for me? Or hey, can you do a vocal for me? It's never like I feel like we bounce the project back and forth. It's always just do little bits for each other. As for people really to do it with, Macan, I'd really like to do it with, I collab with, because we're both percussion musicians. Any percussion musician would be fun to do it with, really. No, just anyone. Again, with Pipsqueak. Collab with anyone.
Lavender, do you want to collab?
Collab.
Yay!
Hello. You're all very talented musicians, obviously, and as musicians, you know, you'll have your own kind of sound that you identify with, that you either listen to or that you write in. And I guess the Brody fandom is really unique in that it has such a wide variety of genres and music and, well, people. But I guess my question is, how would you say that being involved in the fandom has broadened your horizons as a musician, broadened your musicality?
Who's going to go first?
It's not me.
You mean as being as part of the fandom?
Yeah.
It's broadened my horizons immensely. Before I joined the whole Brony fandom thing, I couldn't make electronic music at all. It was just, I was focused. I could make a little bit of orchestral stuff. I was really just starting out on that. Just being surrounded by tons of talented musicians and learning from everyone has been amazing. And now I can make drum and bass, I can make dubstep, I can make house, I can also fuse that with my orchestral stuff. And I honestly, I feel limitless because there's people I can go to who have been doing a certain genre for their, most of their life and say, what advice can you give to me? I haven't had that resource before, so.
Since I've been here, I guess, I don't know, I did kind of have, in terms of inspiration, I always wanted to fuse electronic with other stuff, but since I've been in the fandom, I guess for horizons broadening, the fact that I've had one of my songs remixed so successfully, made me kind of really want to keep going until I can do better than that, which I'm still trying to do. So I guess it's broadened my horizons in the sense that I want to get better and better and not really stop. If I hadn't come into this fandom and received all the attention that I've got, I don't know, I may have given up or I don't know. But that's it.
It's broadening horizons. I make music and then I look at other people's music and then I'm like, oh, their music's better than mine. And then I look at other people's music and it's like, oh, their music's better than mine. And I think through the process of just looking at other people's music, I think I've listened to loads of different types of genres. But what I would like to point out is who made that? Because that's really cool. Can someone tell me who made that?
That was Ruth Chadwick, our Melissa Johnson.
Oh.
Totally on topic.
Hello. What was life like before ponies for all of you?
I guess I'm answering this one first. I was very weeaboo-ish and I'm so embarrassed of that, but I used to be like, oh my god, anime, and now I've sort of filled that anime with ponies and that, I don't think that's healthy, but whatever, that's just, I used to constantly, there was Japanese rock on my phone and I'd listen to it, but I think with ponies I've become much more accepting, especially my friends, because if if anything was wrong, I'd most likely just pass off, oh, they'll be okay by themselves, but as sad as this is, it has actually taught me quite a bit, because I'm very socially awkward, and yeah, that's what it's taught me, so.
I think ponies have like quite a big effect on everyone, really. I mean, before ponies, I used to just kind of be, I just used to sit on my Xbox all day, pretty much every day, yelling at 12-year-olds. I never really used to do much. I didn't used to go out as much, but ponies has kind of, you know, it's made me more social, I guess you could say. I'm kind of less. I'm more assertive. I kind of regret stuff less. And yeah, it's basically kind of made me a better person than I was before. I used to be kind of grumpy.
When I was 8, I made AMVs, and then I made AMVs all the way up till when I was like 11 and 12. Like I made AMVs majority of my life. Like I just wasted my life at a computer, cutting together pieces of anime I barely watched, to music I barely listened to. And then I got through ponies through the favourites of someone's video, and then I started making PMVs, and then I realised I was still awful at that. And then I met lols and stuff, and then I started making music, and I'm still awful at that. So ponies hasn't changed anything, I'm just awful at a different thing.
I'm sorry, isn't he just great? Like before ponies, it wasn't really that much different, I guess. I'm a lot happier now. Not that I was like really sad before or anything. I generally had a good life, but I don't know. Like I've just become sort of less embarrassed to show, I don't know, maybe a girly side to myself, or I don't know, I guess it's like the people I've hung around since I've been in this fandom have been like open-minded and opened my mind as well. Whereas the people I hung around with before would be like homophobic or, you know, macho or anything like that, and it was just, I don't know, I felt kind of confined, but now I just don't care.
Without giving a long essay, I guess it's just more fun. I've made a lot of new friends. Making music is a lot more fun. I actually have friends who also make music. I actually have people I can nerd about music to for a change. And yeah, just hanging out with I've been hanging out with mostly open-minded people before, but. Just lots of really friendly people, lots of...
Was that a sort of feature having school manager?
I'm losing my words. No, before it was good, now it's better. Okay. So it's kind of
excluding the use of laptops, desktops, PCs, Android devices, and other stuff that does that sort of thing. What instruments do you all play? And that can also apply to the equestrian music people as well, if you also play instruments.
This is like really awkward, but I really like Zelda, so when I was quite young, I stole an ocarina from someone, and I taught myself how to play I can play the Song of Storms, and that's all I know how to play. I don't know if that counts. My brother's trying to teach me guitar, but he's an idiot, and I will kill him with that guitar. I don't think I want to learn anymore. So, yeah, I'm not very good at music.
I used to play bass guitar a couple of years ago, and I have a ukulele, but I don't play it. It's just kind of there. So I have those, but I don't really use them.
I play piano sometimes, but like one fun thing I like to do is just go onto the piano and just like turn the volume up, and then put the reverb on, and just like improvise stuff using the same chord progression I use in every single one of my songs. And then that's what I do when I'm bored. And I guess that qualifies as knowing how to play the piano, but I don't really know how to play the piano. Does rapping count as an instrument?
Your voice is an instrument.
Yeah, okay. My voice is an instrument. It shouldn't be, but it's an so, is mayonnaise an instrument?
I've played drums since I was probably about 11. I guess I could say I'm pretty good at that. Piano, I guess I know my way around the piano, but I'm not really that great with it. I guess the same as Pip. I don't really know how to play too much piano. I can if I try. I know my way around the guitar. It's just, I don't know. I know my way around a bunch of instruments, but not really any good at them. Besides, I guess, drums.
I know how to walk around instruments too.
Hey, that's really clever.
Okay, I play guitar, I play piano / keyboards, I play bass, I play drums, I play ukulele, a little bit of saxophone. Yes, actually. And you didn't mention it, so I'm just going to sneak this in. I also use Game Boys. So there you go. Game Boy instrument. So yeah, I like picking up new instruments and learning how to play them, even if I'm rubbish. I just see what sounds they can make and try to put them in my music.
Okay, probably got time for about one or two more.
This probably sounds like a stupid question, but what is the reaction to your work colleagues and friends who say, "Oh, I make music about ponies"?
Well, Eddie started me. I was a brony before Edward. I was a brony in late 2010, I think it was. And when I found out he was doing work for equestrian music, my response is, "You're only supposed to crop music, let me in." And he let me in eventually. So my response was, "I want to join in."
Well, me and Taylor are actually quite fortunate that a lot of our friends are bronies. The minority are people who don't watch it. So when we sort of say what we do, we say we're doing the contest with such and such. We usually just get positive sort of responses. We do get the occasional, "Oh, you gay," which I think many bronies have gotten from just saying they like the show. So it's mainly been positive.
It's mainly been negative. My entire life, I just walk in, it's like, "Hey, it's that kid. Were you up all night watching ponies again? Oh, you're probably some gay person. Oh no. Oh," and then it's just like, "Oh, it's just a show. Oh, what did you do this weekend?" "I made music. Music for what? Music for ponies. Why would you do that?" "I hate you. Everyone you know hates you now. Nobody likes you. Not even the ponies like you. You're by yourself."
Can't really follow that up. Okay. I guess my friends. I keep saying that. My friends thought it was pretty gay and stupid, which there's something wrong with. But they think so. My dad kind of doesn't care all that much. He's kind of proud of what I've done. So I'm kind of grateful for that. My mum thinks it's kind of funny. She's always like, "Hey, we made new songs about the pretty little ponies." So yeah, pretty much friends think it's gay, dad thinks it's cool, mum laughs at it.
My friends prior to the whole running thing, their reaction was somewhere along the lines of, "You've got a pony avatar? Yes. So you're running now? Yeah." So that pretty much explains how their thoughts on it, but whatever. My parents, well, it's really just my mom. She's just like, whatever. She doesn't really mind that I'm doing music. I'm making lots of new music. I'm staying creative. That's all she cares about. So that's pretty much it. I really can't follow that.
Okay, last one then. Can you think of any lesser known Brony musicians who you think deserve more recognition?
Me.
Yes, I do know one, but I just can't remember the username, but I remember what song they did. I didn't think I had to bring them up. They create jazz music, and they do like themes for different pony places, and it's called Goodbye Manhattan. It's actually really, really soothing. It's yes, they're really good at it. And they have like 2 views. It's just like unfair. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
Well, we, because we have contacts with a lot of musicians, we do know quite a lot of kind of small ones which we want to have more publicity. Oh, just getting bigger. I guess the one I really want to see is someone called DJ MHM.
He's more popular than me. Yeah, I think he's like the best dubstep artist in the community.
So do I.
Everyone's the best dubstep artist, not the same.
My turn.
I was going to make a comment about jazz, but I'm just going to leave that alone, actually.
There's 2 people, Paul Walker and Sickness. Yeah, you probably never heard of them because they're 2 like brony rappers who I've known for like ages, and one is really like, they're both from America, and one's like really sick in the head, and one is not so sick in the head. And I did a collab with one of them, and I have another collab with the other one, and he's ignoring me on Skype now. And please answer my messages.
Did you finish?
There are so many things that I've heard, be it on Equestria Daily or just things I've stumbled across, which are people who aren't really that well known and do deserve a lot more attention. I think it's kind of a shame because a lot of the people who are joining later in the fandom are finding it really hard to get attention. Like all the earlier ones, all the earlier musicians who started out have obviously got a lot more popularity and people have stuck to them. It's hard for people to rise up, I guess, but one of my favourite kind of underrated artists is Psy. Some of you might have heard of him. He's not that unheard of, but he's not as heard of as he should be. There's tons of others. There's a guy called Andai who does a bunch of music. I think he's getting a bit more popular nowadays, but not too many people know who it is. I had something else to say. Oh yeah, him.
If anyone's heard Balloon Party, you've heard of this guy, but he still deserves a lot more popularity. I will not be happy until he surpasses me in subscribers because he's amazing, and his name is Six of Lasers. He's very influential to me. He started music and he was always kind of disappointed with what came out, and it just suddenly started to click for him, and he amazes me what he does. And he's just on constantly getting better. Go find him. And this one.
Okay, we're obviously going to have a have a look at Pipsqueak's music now.
It was told me by friends. He's out vending, you should buy his stuff.
Yes.
Okay, if everyone would like to exit